Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, welcomes you to our biggest clearance sale of the year, the Happy Honda Day sales event. Get year-end clearance pricing on over 900 new Hondas, plus a complimentary lifetime powertrain warranty with every new Honda. Save thousands on your new Honda right here at Team Honda.
Hi, business owners. Phase 3. Woohoo! But do your customers know you're back? Well, that's where the Clarence Bug Show and Pelican Broadcasting can help. Right now, we've got great rates on advertising packages to help you get the word out. Shoot me an email at bugsclarence@gmail.com. Or better yet, call me up. I'd love to talk with you. 225-485-6839. Let's get together and make Phase 3 the best it can possibly be.
From appetizers, pasta dishes, and entrees, La Contea takes pride in preparing all the Italian cuisine we know you love. Enjoy live music every Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 9, happy hour weekdays from 3 to 6, and brunch on Sundays from 11 to 2, as well as dinner portion-sized lunch specials for under $10. Visit our website to view our menu and book a party or meeting in our large banquet room. Once you try La Contea, your Italian dining will change forever.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hello and welcome to hour 2 of today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. Nah, just kidding, Gallagher. Just kidding. It was my pleasure to sit in with Kevin Gallagher. You're quite welcome, my friend. As Bill Profita's out this week, lucky son of a booger. Love you like a brother, Bill. Can't wait to have you back, my friend. We start today's show talking about COVID-19 and how the media loves you until they hate you. Dr. Anthony Fauci has become a household name, household phrase all across the length and breadth of this great land of ours in the wake of COVID-19. Well, this week, as he has done on a number of occasions throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, pandemic. Yeah, I had it right the first time. Yeah. He reversed course on something, and now what had been the darling of the mainstream media is being subjected to being ravaged and savaged by this same group of people. So what was this most egregious offense committed by Dr. Anthony Fauci? He flip-flopped and said, no, we need to keep schools open because kids are not super spreaders. Schools are not super spreaders. Rand Paul and any number of other congresspersons now taking not only Dr. Anthony Fauci to task, but the lockdown orders and this centralization, some say usurpation, of power in the hands of just a few people. Rand Paul, quote, I think this illustrates the danger of centralizing power and decision-making in one person or in Washington. When one person is so wrong as Dr. Fauci has been, it has grave effects for school children. The evidence is clear. for 6 months from countries in Europe, countries in Asia, that schools don't lead to a surge. Kids are poor transmitters of this. Dr. Fauci, Sunday on ABC News with Martha Raddatz, said that, quote, the default position should be to keep the children in school and get them back to school. As you might imagine, mainstream media, well, they were none too happy about this. Which leads me to ask, how truthful do you think the government has been with us over the whole COVID-19 situation? Has this been, for you, more of a situation where, well, Clarence, you got to understand we're dealing with something unprecedented. People don't know. They're just making the best decision they can based on dealing with something that is completely unknown, and we're all just trying to, quote, muddle our way through this. Is it more a case of that? Or is it more a case of individuals with an opportunity that have become drunk with too much power and an agenda here? At the end of the day, if you don't trust what the government is telling you, typically there are only a couple of ways you can go. You either, one, begrudgingly go along with what they're telling you, or two, you do your own research and you govern yourself according to what your research has revealed to you. It's understandable for those that say, well, you know, they are the government, they have access to laboratories, to research folks, to big pharma, all these things. They have access to things that us regular folk don't have access to. But when you see them flip-flop on so many things, it becomes disturbing. We were all told initially by Dr. Fauci that the masks weren't that effective with what we were trying to deal with. And of course, now you can't go pretty much anywhere in America and not have a mask on and be, gain admittance to this store or this venue or that venue. And in many cases, the more research you do, the less inclined you are to come away with a definitive, conclusive answer to it all. Now, I will be the first to acknowledge, I understand wholeheartedly, and we are still dealing with the vestiges of it from 9/11. If you can scare people bad enough, there's no limit to what they will allow you to do. If you can just scare them bad enough, they will give up liberties and freedoms. Not only will they give them up easily, they will almost demand that you take them. I liken it to a situation that has bothered me for eons. And I know I've not been around that long. Y'all work with me. I'm making a point here. It has bothered me forever. In the African American community, we hear all the time, well, people are afraid to cooperate with law enforcement because they have to live there. And there are folks that will retaliate. You know the whole argument. And my response has always been, well, they can't kill all of us. Once the word gets out that the folks in this particular community aren't playing, they're sick and tired of being sick and tired, they are watching, and the minute they see something suspicious, they're going to call the popo and report your sorry behind. You'd be amazed at how quickly you can clean up a neighborhood. But if you scare them bad enough, snitches, what's the saying? Snitches get stitches. Well, they're not going to see, everybody won't need them. At some point, somebody's got to stand up and take the bull by the horns. If you don't, you will find yourself in a perpetual state of fear for the rest of your life. Ever heard the old saying, the inmates are running the asylum? Just out of curiosity, what does your gut tell you? How truthful has the government been with us over the whole COVID-19 thing? And what do you come away feeling? Is it more a situation where it's unprecedented, we're doing the best we can because, we've never been in these waters before, we don't know, we're just trying to make the best decision possible? Or are we looking at folks that have become drunk with too much power? I've got a list later on in the show I want to cover about political leaders that have demanded we do one thing while they turn around and do something else. Marty? Mark. My man. Mark on line 1, good morning to you, my friend. How are you, Mark?
How you doing, Captain?
It's still a great day to be an American, big fella.
You ain't gonna believe what I heard yesterday.
Oh,
from
really?
3 different sources.
Okay.
If you volunteer or the doctor recommends that you take this shot for the disease, you're going to be implanted with a chip for further identification.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've heard that. I heard that way back. I just heard
it yesterday.
As a matter of fact, there are some theories, quote unquote, going around, Mark, that say it's already started in that if you don't get the shot, you will not be allowed to go certain places. So it almost forces you to get the shot. Here's your homework, Mark. Look up something called mRNA, as in Mary, Robert, Nancy, Adam. Do some research on mRNA as it pertains to the COVID-19 vaccine. It will scare the bejesus out of you, Mark.
Well, you and I talked about this a while back, and I'm going to go by the recommendation of my doctor that I've been going to for 50 years.
Right.
If he says, yeah, I'll do it, but I don't want no chip.
No. You and I both, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Take care, my friend. Mark, listen, I understand full well, and that's why I always subscribe to the theory that one of my former pastors did. After he would deliver a sermon, my pastor would say, then, pastor, don't take my word for it. Listen to the sermon. I'm going to give you the scriptures. Then you go home and read your Bible for yourself. Then you decide whether I lied to you in that sermon or not. Don't just take my word for it. Same thing here, Mark. Do your homework. Do your research. And then govern yourself accordingly. First break of hour 1. We'll get her done and talk more next on The Pelican. Stay close.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golfing Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystonecountryClub.com.
Hi, I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
And I'm Dr. Kay Siller with The Rocket Right Show.
We are two busy blondes on the go showing off life in Louisiana.
Watch us on Pelican Sports Network.
And Talk 107.3 FM. Check local listings for times.
Get 0.9% financing for 60 months on every new 21 Mazda, plus 90 days deferred payments during the season of inspiration at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.
Credentials, experience, and dedication matter when you're hiring someone. My 30 years in the practice of all areas of the law, my extensive appellate experience, certification as a family law specialist, leadership in our local bar association speak to my unequaled legal credentials. My thousands of hours of pro bono legal work demonstrate my dedication. I seek to serve, not for promotion, not for politics, but to honorably serve each of you.
Melanie Newcomb-Jones, Court of Appeal.
By all standards, he is a champion for consumers. Because of Public Service Commissioner Eric Scrametta, our utility rates are 35% less than the national average, the lowest in all of America. He saved ratepayers over $8 billion. Commissioner Scrametta brought us more reliable power plants and energy-efficient solar fields. Public Service Commissioner Eric Scrametta. Keep the commissioner who keeps our rates low.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. Listen, y'all, please, in the vernacular of the streets, don't get it twisted. You ultimately should be the only person that decides what happens with your life, what goes into your body. We, in a representative republic, are blessed to elect individuals on the differing levels or branches of government to represent us. We take part in elections for the legislative branch, the executive branch, the judicial branch. And those individuals, we hope, will do right by us. It's one thing to get misinformation from the media. It is something else to be lied to by so-called experts. But it's something else entirely when those we have elected to serve us, notice I didn't say lead us. I am one of those that's of the opinion, and I coined this phrase years ago, if the people lead, the leaders will follow. We have allowed folks in this country to mistakenly become of the opinion that they were appointed to rule instead of elected to serve. I'm going to say that again because some of y'all might be a little slow. We have allowed people in this country to mistakenly become of the opinion that they were appointed to rule instead of elected to serve. You got to understand something. This country was founded because we got tired of one person being able to do this, wave their hand and decree, and all of us had to bow. That runs 180 degrees opposite, contrary to what this country is supposed to be all about. For those of us that understand that, those of us that still cling to the antiquated perception that you were elected to serve, not appointed to rule. For those of us that understand that, our major problem with this whole coronavirus thing and all the resulting usurpation of our rights and liberties has been, by and large, that those who have come up with these things don't abide by the rules they've set down for the rest of us. When government leaders tell us this is for your benefit, I expect, obviously, somewhat naively, I expect that if it is for my benefit, then you should abide by it as well. When you are the mayor of New York City and you tell the people of that great city that the only time you should be outside is for essential walks, whatever the hell that means. But we look up and you and your wife are out taking a leisurely casual stroll. When you mandate that gyms, health and fitness centers close, but we find out later on you called the gym where you go and ordered them to let you in, then all of a sudden we start to question the sincerity of what you're telling us. When you are the governor of the state of California, Gavin Newsom, and you tell folks it's in your best interest, outdoor dining, indoor dining, nah, can't have it. We got to stop the spread of the Rona. Can't have it. But then we turn around and there are pictures all over the internet of you throwing a dinner party. It makes us wonder about not only the sincerity, but also the accuracy of what you're telling us. When you are, arguably, the most powerful woman on the planet, Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, and you order closed all of these beauty shops, all of the small ones who don't know where the next check's going to come from. But now we got to stop the spread of the Rona. Can't have it. Y'all need to close up. But then we get pictures of you, no mask, and getting the wash, the cut, and the blow dry. We start to wonder about the sincerity and, more important, the accuracy of what you're telling us. When you are the mayor of Chicago and you tell people, y'all got to stay at home. You can't be going here, you can't go there, you can't go to other places. But we find out you went to the beauty shop to get ready to go celebrate at a party to celebrate Joe Biden's victory. Wink, wink. We start to wonder about the truthfulness, the sincerity, the accuracy of what you want us to do. And the list, y'all, goes on and on and on and on. Now let me say for the record, maybe because these are folks that are in positions of power, maybe they've worked out a side deal with Moderna, Pfizer, whomever, and they already got their shots, and they know perfectly safe, no side effects, none of that. And we just didn't have enough to go around for everybody, so we had to keep it on the down low. But we're still doing this for your benefit. Maybe there's the possibility that they've already been protected. That's one thought. But there are other folks that are thinking, wait a minute, maybe this crap is not all that they're telling us, and maybe it is just that, it's crap. At the end of the day, I know, I get it. I'm getting old. I'm a boomer. I'm getting there. I understand. But there is validity. Like it or not, believe it or not. There is validity to the saying, you should lead by example. When you lock a whole state down, tell people, y'all need to cancel Thanksgiving. You can't, no, and if you got to have it, well, you can't have any more than 6 people in the house, and you got to be from the immediate family, immediate household. But then we get pictures of you hopping on an airplane, flying halfway across the country to go have Thanksgiving dinner with your family. And yeah, I know English teachers, I know I said yo, not your. I know what I said. When we get the pictures of you getting on a plane to fly halfway across America to go have Thanksgiving dinner with your family, something's rotten in Denmark, y'all. Something is seriously rotten in Denmark. Now, if that's the game you want to play, fine. Have at it. Again, in the vernacular of the streets, I ain't mad at you, dog. If that's the game you want to play, fine, have at it. But don't insult the rest of us. Don't insult the rest of us. Because contrary to what you think, we're not all as stupid as you think we are. Not only are we not as stupid as you think we are, but you're even stupider than you realize for thinking I'm as stupid as you think I am. You'll decipher that one later on when you get home, but that's okay as long as you figure it out. It's a sad commentary. And it has been on a severely increasing angle of dissent. That there was a time when nothing else, your spouse might lie to you, your kids might lie to you, your neighbors might lie to you. But there were certain institutions that we could depend on. No matter what, we might not like it, we may not agree with it, but they're going to tell us the truth. I gotta wonder, how many people watching right now put the government and the media still in that category? Just a little something to make you go, Bottom of the hour. Let me get this break out of the way. We'll come back and soldier on with more of today's edition of the Clarence Bugg Show, here and only here on the Pelican. Stay close.
Got termites? Get Premier Pest. PremierPestServices.com.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Jaguar Nation, we need your help in masking up Louisiana.
Masking up will slow the spread of COVID-19.
During this time, we must continue to wear a mask, wash our hands, and practice social distancing.
It's important that we continue to abide by the CDC's guidelines to stop the spread.
Jaguar Nation, we challenge you to mask up. Go Jags!
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
At Team Toyota, Toyotathon is underway. It's your chance to save during our biggest sale of the year. Get our lowest prices and our lowest payments on every new Toyota. Plus, get a complimentary lifetime powertrain warranty with every new Toyota. Right now at Team Toyota.
Melanie has exactly what it takes to be passionate, to be knowledgeable, to be thorough.
Melanie has a passion for doing the right thing for families, even when the right thing might be difficult.
And I think that's best exemplified by the thousands of hours of pro bono work that she does.
And even after 30 years of practicing law, Melanie still has that fire.
Melanie Newcomb Jones, Court of Appeal.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing.
You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
Caught spiders? Premier Pest Services.
I might take you up on that, Marty. Just make sure we stay on a tight shot. Okay? Make sure we stay on a tight shot, whatever you do. Just, I've given up. I got a bucket. You got a bucket? Better be a big one. Thank you, Alan. Just when you thought we couldn't lose our minds anymore in this country, all you have to do is keep doing this. Inhale and exhale. In other words, breathe. If you can just keep breathing, we'll come along with something else that just want to make you scratch your head. After a while, you become of the opinion that there's got to be some sort of agenda here with this. Have you heard that the NASDAQ, and everybody knows what the NASDAQ is, even if you don't understand the intricacies of how it works, you know it's with the stock market, okay? You got the S&P 500, you got the NASDAQ, you know, the whole nine, stock market. Y'all read about it in school, I'm sure. Then again, depending on where you went to school, maybe, maybe not, but that's not the point. The NASDAQ Stock Exchange is now petitioning our government to give them the authority to mandate more diversity in the boardrooms of companies that are listed on their stock exchange. It is the first major stock exchange to pursue a, quote, requirement of this sort. This proposal filed with the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, would require, mandate, all companies listed on the NASDAQ Stock Exchange to publicly disclose consistent, transparent diversity statistics about their board of directors. It would require most NASDAQ listed companies to have or explain why they don't have at least 2 diverse directors. This includes having one board member who self-identifies as female and one member of the board of directors who identifies as either an underrepresented minority or LGBTQ. The story that I first ran across this on came from the Associated Press, the AP. That pretty much tells you all you need to know. For those of you that, you know, still have the veil over your eyes, for those of you that still believe the mainstream media tells you nothing but the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, I am not a crook. This will tell you all you need to know about the story. This line, quote, corporate boards are overwhelmingly white and male. Here's what I found interesting. The NASDAQ Stock Exchange, in seeking this authority from the government, says, quote, this proposal and partnership gives companies an opportunity to make progress toward increasing the representation of women, underrepresented minorities, and the LGBTQ plus community on their boards. This quote comes from Nelson Griggs, president of the NASDAQ Stock Exchange. He goes on to say, quote, corporate diversity at all levels opens up a clear path to innovation and growth. We are inspired by the support from our issuers and the financial community with this effort and look forward to working together with companies of all sizes to create stronger and more inclusive boards. Then, he kind of lets it slip out, saying in essence, this volunteer program will lead to more innovation and more diversity on the boards of directors for the companies listed on the NASDAQ. If it's voluntarily, why do you need to seek government authority to enforce this? So let me get this straight. If I build a company, people like what I do, it's highly profitable, people want to invest, they want to buy shares of stock, they think it's a great deal, we're doing great things for America, if not the world. If I don't have on my board of directors at least one member of the LGBTQ plus community, I can't be listed on the stock exchange. You know what's really ironic? In an effort to become more diverse, they're actually doing the exact opposite. Suppose I want a company that does not subscribe to these particular theories. Does that not make you more diverse? This is as classic an example as you'll ever find of individuals wanting you on bended knee and bowed heads, and we're telling you this is for your own good. This is to make us better. You know, there was a time in this country where if you simply stayed the hell out of my way, I'd work my butt off and make the country better. I didn't need you, and I didn't need, certainly, you and your government mandates to make it better. Of course, now, it pretty much sums all up when you look at this whole elitist mentality, and particularly those on the left. No, we know what's better for you than you do. I don't know anything about you. I've never done anything to make the country better, but I know how to make it better than you do. What do you know? You're just a guy and girl that gets up every day, straps it on, goes out and busts your hump to pay taxes to pay my salary. What do you know? But as they typically do, they'll dress it up real pretty. It's diversity. They'll dress it up real pretty and shiny. It's inclusion. They'll dress it up real pretty, make it smell real sweet. It's for everybody's benefit. It's for the cheering. And like a bunch of idiots, we can't shovel enough of this crap in our mouths, chew it with gusto, and swallow. You know, it's a shame with the energy that young people have. Had they truly been educated and not indoctrinated, they would be raising so much hell right now about the right things instead of the wrong things. We could fix all this mess real quick. But this is what happens when you elect school board members and you walk away. This is what happens when you elect representatives, senators, and you walk away. This is what happens when you elect mayors and governors and you walk away. Well, my job's done. Clarence always talking about got to go vote. Okay, I voted, did my part. Now my hands are clean. Your job horse is just beginning. You got to ride herd on these folks. If you don't like all this crap that is going on in our country right now, you have to ask yourself, of all the folks that you have, well, Clarence, I've been to every election since I was old enough to vote. But have you ridden herd on these folks after you elected them? Or did you think that was the end of your job and your responsibility? If you did, well, now you got the answer why we find ourselves where we find ourselves. Your job is just beginning, son. Your job just started, ma'am. That ain't the end of it. It's only the beginning. Some of y'all ain't gonna get that till later. I just hope it's not too late. Final break of today's show. We're gonna come back, put a big old pretty bow on this puppy, and wrap up today's edition of the Clarence Bugg Show, here and only here on the Pelican. Stay close.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Surprise, something good has finally happened in 2020. Yours truly, the Clarence Bugg Show, gets to be with you every day of the week. That's right, 11 to 12 every weekday. And of course, the Exiles right in front of yours truly from 10 to 11, yours truly 11 to 12. So now it's appointment viewing, 5 days a week here on the Pelican. The Clarence Bugg Show. The only thing missing is you.
Credentials, experience, and dedication matter when you're hiring someone. My 30 years in the practice of all areas of the law, my extensive appellate experience, certification as a family law specialist, leadership in our local bar association speak to my unequaled legal credentials. My thousands of hours of pro bono legal work demonstrate my dedication. I seek to serve, not for promotion, not for politics, but to honorably serve each of you.
Melanie Newcomb Jones, Court of Appeal.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Well, I guess it's official. Alan, Katie, Jonathan, all work for the government. They've been lying to me about how many spots are left in the commercial break the whole doggone show. Must work for the government. It's 2020, so, you know, nothing should surprise us. And there is the old saying that everything old is new again. There's the old saying that there's nothing new under the sun. There is the old saying that what goes around comes around. So I guess this really shouldn't be that big a surprise. We all watched either with some degree of fascination, some degree of inquisitiveness, some degree of morbid fascination, Mike Tyson get back in the ring last weekend with Roy Jones Jr. It was to raise money for charity, although according to Jonathan, who got the pay-per-view, Mike was in the ring, looked like he was there for blood, Hoss. They say, the money's nice, but I'll beat the hell out of him just for the fun of it. So after this was pulled off, and from what I understand, it was a pretty decent pay-per-view, now Evander Holyfield said, hey, I want some of that action too. So Evander Holyfield now is quoted on ESPN as saying that we need to do number 3. And you all remember that was probably the last big heavyweight rivalry. I don't know if Marty's a big boxing fan. Alan out in the truck, Jonathan. Has there been a big heavyweight rivalry since Holyfield, Tyson, the two that they had? Now, for you young folks that may be watching that have no idea who Evander Holyfield and or Mike Tyson is, they were two big-time heavyweights, boxers. And, of course, in, what was it, the second fight? Yeah. Mike Tyson felt as though the referee was allowing his opponent, Evander Holyfield, to headbutt him over and over and over. So after this continued to happen, Mike decided he's going to take matters into his own hands, and he bit him. You can't make this stuff up. Bit him on the ear, took a plug out of it. And of course, according to Mike, the headbutts didn't stop. So he bit him again. And at this point, you know, Evander's got blood streaming down from his ear, and Mike gets disqualified, the whole 9, and there's a whole big old to-do. Well, now, Evander Holyfield says, we need to make this thing happen, third go-round. But I'm not doing it for less than $25 million. But what I found interesting is that Mike Tyson says that this is the only fight people would really want to see. At 51 years of age and 40-some odd years of age, says a lot about what boxing has become or has not become, when this is the fight that people, quote, would want to see. Stay tuned, because it's probably going to end up happening, more than likely. I can see it now. You know how they have, like in mixed martial arts and MMA, they have the big placards around the ring and on the ring apron advertising various things. There'll probably be Geritol, Centrum, silver vitamins advertised, all of this kind of stuff. You can't make this stuff up. Listen, on a serious note, before we get out of here, a tragedy that has touched so many lives here in Baton Rouge recently. Don't know if you heard, but a third child succumbed to injuries from that tragic house fire on Nottingham Street in Baton Rouge a few days ago. It is sadly that time of year. And at this point, let me hasten to say, investigators have not determined the exact origin of the fire. They don't know if it was arson. They don't know if it was improper space heater. They don't know. But it is that time of year now where we hear about all these tragedies. There was just yesterday an apartment fire that came about as a result of individuals using a chimney that apparently had not been swept in quite some time. I understand that this cold snap that we're in now came on kind of suddenly, particularly if you are not one of those that stays abreast of the weather and the long-term forecast. I get it. But with all we've been through this year, y'all, hurricane after hurricane after hurricane after hurricane, COVID-19, 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 unemployment, toilet paper shortages, you name it. It would truly, truly be so very tragic and a horrible end on top of all that we've managed to survive so far this year than to lose your life or the life of someone you love only because it got cold. Refresh your memories, do some basic research, common sense things. Make sure your smoke detectors are working. Don't use the oven to heat the house. Don't plug space heaters into extension cords. Things that we all should know by now. This tragedy involving 3 children is tough to swallow. If nothing else, let's be sure that we don't have to talk about this in addition to everything else. Time's up, y'all, and I gotta go. But once again, this day, just like any other, I give it to you. You're right. America, we're not perfect. But doggone it, for my money, it's the best there is. And God knows there is no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. Speaking of the good Lord, he loves you, and I do too. And there ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless.